Do you think any parents has the right to receive their child's inheritance even from neglecting to raise them after leaving their child to suffer without a proper care? Those types of parents are some. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Johnny Yoog. Sadly, last year, a Korean singer Kuara, who was a member of the idol group Kara, admitted a suicide at her home from a severe depression at the age of 28. What comes into your mind when somebody commits a suicide from depression? Mainly their parents and how they feel about it. Sad and tragic, right? Apparently, right after Haras' death, her biological mother, who left her 20 years ago, came into her funeral asking for the right of her inheritance. Why? According to civil law in Korea, the priority of inheritance of direct descendants, such as children of the deceased, are direct continuations such as parents, and then it goes to brothers and sisters. This means Haras' biological mother, who left her on the street 20 years ago, has a right to receive half of her daughter's legacy, and of course the other half goes to the father. And yes, I know what kind of law is that, but again, this is Korea. One of the parts that I want to emphasize is when Haras' biological mother came to the funeral, she was asking some celebrities to take selfies with her. And no one actually knew that she was a mother until she talked about her right of inheritance. And Haras' father showed up in their interview saying his wife had too many problems related with men. Cheating? Maybe. Also, Haras Brother's lawyer mentioned that Hara receiving a severe trauma was from her mother leaving her, and eventually it caused an influence to draw her to commit a suicide. While I can't deny this mother might have killed her own daughter. So Haras' older brother says his biological mother does not deserve to be entitled to receive their inheritance, and he insisted to make amendment of the law to change this. For parents who does not fulfill a proper duty should deprive from their inheritance, and this was the Kuara law. Eventually, but unfortunately, this law was not approved from the government. Sure, it didn't work. I don't know why they didn't approve. But trust me, there are a lot of parents who abandons their child and comes back to their funeral for money. For example, on 2010 and 2014, there was a tragic incident when a lot of soldiers and students were drowned from a sinking ferry. And those compensations were not sent to those who raised them, but instead it went to those biological parents who had left them. And since this is the law, no one could do anything about it. Anyways, take a look at her brother's interview. He says, our biological mother left when Hara was 9 and I was 11, and she was never reached for 20 years. There was no word of mother from us. And this mother defended herself from the court, saying because of Haras' father's physical violence, they couldn't meet each other, and of course there was no proof of that. So eventually the final decision from the court was, instead of 50-50 from Haras' inheritance, the biological mother who had left her receives 40% of the inheritance, and the rest 60% goes to Haras' father and brother who had raised her. And it's still not fair, but law is the law. What kind of mother comes back for money from their dead child with a bunch of lawyers? This child had to live without her mother, and at the same time she became successful, dedicating her whole life as a singer, and eventually her biological mother takes away that money. I don't know if this law applies to many other countries, but what do you guys think? Feel free to leave your comment down below, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.